Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we have missing Maurice Gordon Dametz. He was either 83 years old or 75 years old, depending on where you read it. Uh, Date of last contact, April 29th, 1981. 5'9", 140 to 150 pounds. He was in, it says the Devil's Head area of Pike National Forest with a friend. They were collecting rocks. This says he was about 50 yards from where his friend was, who was also collecting rocks. And the other page says they were further away. Gray, partially gray hair, blue eyes, wears eyeglasses. He had on a white baseball cap, a maroon plaid flannel long sleeve shirt, blue overalls, eyeglasses, brown ankle high work boots with a line pattern across the foot. The vehicle that they came in was still parked where it was originally parked. And there's a picture of him, and that says he's 83, and the other one says he's 75. And here is the area so that you could read about it if you'd like. And here's some pictures. It's beautiful. Beautiful, but you can see that it might be dangerous at the same time. Some of those rocks are gemstones. They'll be worth some money. And the elderly men, I don't know if you've ever spoke to them, but some of these elderly men, they know a lot about rocks. See, this one says, the CBI page says he was 75 years old and that he was born in 1906, June 24th, 1906. And the Doe Network says he was 83 and he was born in 1896. 5'9", Castle Rock. This one also says that they were further away. Says they were rock hunting near Rampart Range Road and Devil's Hand area, Pike National Forest with a friend. They were collecting rocks. They were in an area called Topaz Point to search for minerals. Says when it was time to go, the friend walked about 300 yards to drop off some equipment at his parked car, leaving Maurice behind to gather up equipment as well. When he returned 15 minutes later, Maurice was gone. He disappeared. There was no sign of a struggle or blood. The friend stated he saw no other cars in the area. The scent dogs couldn't find any trace of him. The credit cards he had been carrying with him have not been found and have not been, well, they haven't been used since they last saw him. And I tried to look at some John Does. There's this man, but says he was 40 to 50 years old. It was the winter of 1983 to 1984. Brighton, Colorado. There's other cities in between, I think. A lot of other cities. His remains were located by the shore of Horse Creek Reservoir. It says it looks like he'd been camping out during the winter and had been exposed to the elements. And he had brown work boots. He had blue jeans, black leather belt, and brown leather work boots. So that kind of reminded me of him. I don't know, does he look similar? Maybe. He kind of does, doesn't he? I think he does look similar. I wonder if that's him. Anyway, 83 years old, things happen, but this says 40 to 50 years old. And so there was another John Doe. I don't know, partial skull. I don't think that's him either. But the other one, he might be. There's a John Doe found in Denver, 60 to 70 years old. 5'11", gray hair, hazel eyes. That's what they said he had with frontal balding. So I don't know. But I could just see him out there collecting rocks because I know when I lived in Nevada, I was pregnant with my second child and I had my oldest child and he was like 3 or 4 and I had to walk between 6 and 8 miles every day just to get my son to his childcare. And we would collect rocks on the way for something to do to keep him busy. And the time would go by and you get distracted by what you're doing. And they have some valuable gemstones or rocks or whatever you want to call them in places like Colorado, Montana, Wyoming. I know when I was little, we used to, in the southern states, we'd bust open rocks to get quartz and stuff inside to look at them, and they were really pretty. And these elderly men, they know a lot about what they're looking for, and some of them are worth some money. So I'm sure the time goes by, you get into what you're doing, you're looking, you got to look at them, you got to see which ones are valuable. And I'm sure they have equipment to check them in as well and things like that. But I wonder if the equipment was still there. And it is a beautiful area, but it does look kind of dangerous. It looks like you could fall, you could get injured. You're 83 years old. I don't know if he's 75 or 83. He could have had a heart attack. He could have had a stroke. He could have fell. He could have gotten attacked by an animal. You know, do you really think to scream when something like that happens for help? Especially a man, an old man, and then he can't find him and he's just gone. It's beautiful, but it looks like it could be dangerous. And I don't know if he's 75 or if he's 83. I wish they would have it together. But he kind of does look similar, doesn't he? I think he looks very similar to him. So if you have any information, please contact authorities. Don't forget to pray for his family and his loved ones. Feel free to leave comments and have a blessed day. Bye bye.